be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. It is a celebration. It's a celebration. Clap for him. I gotta take full advantage of the situation that we're in because it is a celebration. Sound the horns.
Yeah.
Because we finally made it to camera.
We did. It's been a long road coming.
Now, before we get into the story, because there's always a story, follow The Noize Podcast on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, at The Noize Podcast. And, of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com.
Yeah.
So we're finally on camera. Mm-hmm. Not only are we on camera, we've updated the studio somewhat. Yeah. Of course, we got the new mic stands.
Yeah. I was trying to find a proper term.
Swivel mounts is what they're called.
Okay. Well, we'll say swivel mount.
We got the official headphones. Mm-hmm. Big up to Audio Technica. You know, if they want to go ahead and cut the check, they can.
Yeah, because I do feel official.
And because we have the headphones, the ear hustlers has been asking for it. Mm-hmm. You've been asking for it. I've wanted it. We officially have drops.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to show up at the most random times. We're not going to flood y'all ears with them, though. We can definitely promise you that. They'll be used sparingly. Yeah. Is what we'll say.
Random sparingly.
Random sparingly. There may be some episodes where they're not even needed, if anything.
There might be.
But since they are here. So, before we get into what's been going on for the week, you know what else is annoying? Now that we're on camera and if we're currently drinking something, they ain't cutting the check. They're not getting branded, goddammit. You don't need to know what the hell this is. You don't need to know who manufactures it. Just know it is delicious and it's quenching my thirst. But when they cut the check, might throw a label on it. Quite possibly. Yeah. So, as I stated, we're finally able to be on camera. So, to the YouTube crowd, what's happening? To the audio listeners, make sure y'all subscribe to the Beat Network YouTube channel, youtube.com/Beat Network. Because now we're the second podcast on Beat Network that will be fully visual on top of our regular streaming platforms that we're on. So that's great. So we were supposed to go live with the show on camera last week. Mm-hmm.
Which we did.
We recorded the show, went in to edit the whole nine. And then the weirdest fucking thing happened. Somehow we came out orange.
Yeah, we were Trump.
We were trumping. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be compared to an individual like that.
I want to. So do we look like Oompa Loompas? Because I want to know, like,
yes,
like what does a black person, an orange black person, look like?
We look like black Oompa Loompas. Gotcha. The music is better. It's a Hennessy factory.
It's an 808 in there,
right? Exactly. I'm not even gonna try to freestyle right now. Just know it was very black Oompa Loompa. And when they come in, they don't hear the doom. You hear the. All right, I'm done for now. Unless it calls for it. But anyway, we came out orange, and there wasn't enough color correction in the world that I can get to fix it because it's just how it was recorded.
Right.
So we're here now. We're able to do it how we want to get it done. Recording with these headphones, though,
it's a game changer, man.
It's a game changer, and it's crazy because, like, I haven't heard myself so clear. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then there are the noise canceling joints. We're obviously late to the game, and obviously we've had experience with noise cancellation, but this is the first time us doing it on our show.
Yeah. But just imagine, though. Just imagine how much we'd be in our back. We were with limited resources. And we was the new hotness.
And we still had a hot-ass show.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? So now that we got these resources coming, yeah, we shutting shit down, man.
Signs of great things coming. Yeah. So anyway, with that being said, Hollywood.
Yes,
how was your week, sir?
Boring. This week was a lot of...
These mounts are so much easier to deal with.
Yeah, they are. This week was a lot of planning, replanning, a lot of, I want to say a lot of mental work. I'll say that. It wasn't much physical work that needed to be done, but a lot of mental work and that shit's tiring. You know what I mean? So other than that, it's been a cool week.
Good.
Yourself?
My week was boring as well. I can't really say busy, so to speak, because I'm doing the same shit that I'm always doing.
Right.
Constantly editing something, constantly clocking in at the usual
See, you're
shift.
boring. You're boring, and my boring. They're two different sometimes.
Yes,
Because
they are.
your boring is like, yo, I'm constantly doing this shit. I am tired of doing this shit.
It's literally a same old shit type deal.
Me, I'm like, I need something to fucking do. You know what I mean? So for the time being, if I'm doing whatever you're doing day in and day out, for the first little bit, I'll be like, yo, I'm good.
Right.
After that, I'll probably be like you, like, yo, I'm fucking bored.
Dog, I don't know. I need a shift.
Yeah.
That's my main thing. I need just a solid
That's one of the things
shift.
I learned. Well, I didn't learn. I'm still learning this week is how to manage my time, like to get it so I won't be bored. You know what I mean? Like using the resources that I do have and doing things that I can do to occupy time. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to configure that more so this week so I can implement so next week or tomorrow or whatever the case is. But yeah, I got to figure out this boring thing because I can't be bored and be bitching about being bored when that's stuff I could be doing. So
I'm gonna bitch about being bored whenever I'm bored. I personally don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a dog. Having to do all of this shit and then somehow pencil in some time to sleep. Like tonight. Tonight is a prime example.
Okay.
We were supposed to record yesterday. I was having car trouble. So now we're recording today. I just got done working an 8 hour. And then tomorrow I work at 5 in the morning. Yeah. And I still have to edit. Still got to make sure this shit comes out on time. Yeah. So we're doing this, and realistically, if you want 8 hours of sleep, you'd have to go to sleep at 8 o'clock right now. So I can get up at 3, be at the house by 4. It's 7:41 while we're recording.
Or or you would just have to sleep in shifts. You know what I mean?
How?
Like I'm
Take
saying,
turns sleeping with myself?
no, I'm saying sleep for a little bit, wake up, do some shit, maybe sleep a little bit, wake up, do some shit, that type of thing. It can't just be a full 8 hours type sleep.
Right.
That's if we're going by what they say we're supposed to get. Because 8 hours is too much for me.
Listen, it's too much for me when I'm actually getting at least 6 hours of sleep. But because I normally get about 3 to 4, especially when I gotta work these crazy early ass hours when I'm up 10 minutes before Jesus, like it's way too much to deal with.
I get it.
So when I actually do get 8 hours of sleep, I'm groggy as hell.
Yeah.
But I'll be sitting around just, why am I tired? Like I actually got like a respectable amount of sleep.
I went to bed at a decent time.
Dog, that's how it is on my off days. If I don't get up early as fuck to work on something, like I'm off on Thursdays, and I normally edit Back to the Classics Thursday morning. So I'll set myself up to get up 9, 10 o'clock or whatever. This last Thursday, I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna turn my phone off.
Right.
I ain't trying to hear no
I'm
notifications.
doing this for me. God damn
Doing
it.
this for me.
Right.
And I slept, and I got about 8 or 9 hours of sleep. I woke up and I'm like, it's almost like I didn't fucking go to sleep.
Ooh,
I was still tired.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
I'm like,
when
I
you
lost
can
that
sleep,
whole morning.
right. What the fuck did I lose it for?
For what? You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta rush and finish this shit.
Right.
You know?
And still be tired.
And I'm still tired. I'm irritable. And I'm pissed. I'm in my Kev bag right now. God damn it.
Do I really be angry a lot?
Yes. We had a whole episode dedicated to you. Dean.
That was back then, though.
And what has changed?
I'm not angry.
What do you call it?
Nothing. I'm not an angry person. What have I done angry?
You're an aggressive individual.
How so? I got to hear this. How so?
When we first started, your whole catchphrase was "catch these hands."
That's still true, but it's not like I'm actively looking for
Your
it.
nickname is the Grimy Brown Giant.
No, that's your nickname.
No, everyone calls you Grimy Brown Giant.
You're the only person that I've been called that by.
Dealing with the noise, they know you as the Grimy Brown Giant.
They ain't said it to me.
Because they're scared of you.
But I'm trying to figure out
Put the pieces together, Kev.
what have I done though? Like, you know, people that do talk to me, like they know I'm cool. They can talk to me about anything.
Absolutely.
I'm genuine. I'm the type of guy, I'll give you my shirt off my back. So I don't get the angry part. I don't get it. Is it because I don't tolerate stuff?
No. You don't talk to people.
I don't. I'll admit that I don't. But it's not that I don't talk to people because I'm not because I'm mad or I'm angry, I just don't fuck with them. I don't talk to people. Is usually like the first go round. Like I gotta warm up to people. That first time you meeting me, I'm probably not gonna say much. I'm gonna just sit back, peep game. That second or third time, you be like, "Yo, get your man's dog," because he talking too much.
But you know what though? A lot of people will end up translating that to being mean or being angry.
Really,
dog. I suffered through that shit throughout undergrad. Like the people that knew me fucking loved me.
That's what I'm saying.
The people that didn't know me, that was just like I would always hear when people was interested in joining Sigma, like no one would approach me.
Wow.
I would just hear about all these new people that were interested in it. And then I find out we go to a meeting.
I've been told I was unapproachable before, or I seemed unapproachable.
I think it's because we have male resting bitch face.
It has to be, because I be chilling. Why you so mad? Nigga, I am happy as hell.
And motherfuckers would tell me like, you just walking around mad as fuck. Like you want me to walk around cheesing? Right. I'm the man saying this motherfucker the whole way. Like no. I don't feel like smiling, but I'm not upset. I'm not
right.
Angry,
I'm not mad. Like, I'm chilling.
I could actually be happy.
Right.
I just don't feel like walking around.
Just gotta do something. I'm good. Like, what do I need to? You know what I mean? Like, but I do. I guess I see what you're saying, and I have tried to work on that. Now I'm in a phase where it's hard for at least for me to find people that outside of the people that I do know that like some of the same things I like. You know what I mean? Like we both fuck with media. You know what I mean? That's another bond that we have, but it's hard to find other people within there in the city, at least they're like that. So I don't fuck with too many people.
Long story short, like I say all that to say, I don't fuck with too many people.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's why people are afraid.
But it's not because I don't fuck with people because, or it's not like I won't fuck with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like if we cool, we vibe, cool. You're my man's, but I'm not gonna actively look at I want to fuck with you. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm going out my way to be
your friend. Yeah, nah, that's not gonna happen.
That's understandable. I'm right there with you. You know what I'm actually like curious about though? For the people who feel as if certain people are unapproachable. Like it really, this goes to the fellas too. When they feel like a woman is unapproachable. Mm-hmm. And I compare it to when people would tell me I was unapproachable.
Okay.
Because I walk around and I look angry and all this other shit. When they say a woman is unapproachable, like, is that kind of the lane that they're coming from? Because I would hear different shit. Like, I would hear, like, oh, she looks like she about that bag and may end up being a gold. I hear the most random shit.
I think it's different. I do see what you're saying. I think it's different for men and women. I think when other people say it about men, it's more so like, no, you look like you. If I say something to you, you're gonna jaw me. I think that's for me. I think for when men are saying it about women, I think it's like some of the things you said. She looked like she may, you know what I mean? They may be intimidated by it, you know what I mean? They know themselves, like they know what bag of tricks they got, and maybe they may look at a chick like, yeah, she bad, but my bag of tricks ain't gonna work for the type of shit that she on. So she may seem unapproachable that way. Maybe that's what they mean.
So in that aspect, women should actually be more appreciative of the fact that they look unapproachable. Because if somebody's approaching you with a bag of tricks, that's not what you want.
Right. No, I agree with you.
Something genuine.
I agree with you. But I mean, when we get down to the butt of it, women, a straight woman is they, you know what I mean? They want to attract a guy that may look good. It may be the dude that look good, but he's got a whole bunch of tricks. So they don't want to see him unapproachable. But they want you to come do that because that's what they want. They want that
tricks.
Yeah. It's the way I look at it, man, it's one of the things that comes with dating or being in a relationship. Like there's certain shit that you just can't avoid. You know what I mean? It's a 40-year-old just starting to date. Maybe he avoided the heartbreak. But that doesn't mean that just because he avoided it then, it's not going to happen now. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's something that needs to happen. Like I'm a firm believer, everybody needs to have their heart at least broken once.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So they know.
Some of y'all going above and beyond though.
Some of y'all going above and beyond.
I've seen it on Facebook. I'm like, listen, you're hurt.
Yeah.
You don't need to be posting. You need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah. Stuff like that is crazy. But I do think, you know what I mean, you need to have your heart broken too. Again, we can say that somebody can go too far, but for the most part, I think it builds character. I think so.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, didn't work.
The more you know.
The more you know. Good shit. So kind of getting into the show. We're kind of gonna go a different route kind of with this show. We're still gonna kind of talk about what's being talked about, but more so put a little more reality into what's going on, make it a little more relatable. One of the things I want to start out with, and my bad for chuckling, but can't help it just because of who it is. One of the main ones I want to talk about is Wendy Williams. See, could never. But she revealed on her show that she's been living at a sober house. Now, all jokes aside, all bullshit aside, low-key everything we may end up saying about her.
Oh, no, I got jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
I got jokes.
All that aside before I even get to that. Addiction is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Addiction is a motherfucker. I kind of touched on, you know, what my struggles were on here, but I could definitely understand addiction, and I could definitely relate to addiction. I could definitely say that I had an addiction at one point in time. Not the drugs or anything like that. It was alcohol, but that's a whole different story. But to hear that that's what's going on, it's a crazy fucking thing, and it's crazy because you have people who suffer in silence because of people like Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
They choose to not come forward with whatever demons that they're battling because they fear that judgment. They fear that, you know, that ridicule. They fear being, you know, a meme, being a social media topic. They fear being trending.
Yeah, and that can happen. Like you can go to the fucking gas station, something can happen, and now you're a fucking meme. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? Prime fucking example. You go to the gas station, slip and fall, and now you slipping, and all of a sudden they playing Gwen Stefani's this my shit. Like while you just sitting there falling over a bunch of fucking times.
But it was a picture I seen on Twitter with this guy. I guess you know how Google something like Google Street View or something like that.
Yeah.
And they caught the dude falling like
mid-fall, right?
My nigga could have been going to see his dying wife. We don't know.
Right. He could have literally walked in there and his wife was gone already.
Yeah,
he's suffering.
He don't know.
He a meme.
He's a fucking meme.
He's a whole ass meme now.
So yeah,
just kind of getting the seriousness of it out the way. Her dealing with what she's dealing with. I think she said that her issue was coke, and that's a motherfucker. I say it all the time. I don't want to be higher than what weed gives me. Yeah.
So that's about my limit.
You had an addiction to coke because of the industry that you were in. And from what I hear, that's just how it is in Hollywood. Like, they have whole ass coke parties.
Yeah.
So to know that that's what she was suffering with, it's a crazy situation. And, you know, I wish, you know, healing on her. And I definitely wish her to get better. Now, with all that shit out of the way, this is what the fuck happens when you build your career behind tearing motherfuckers down, dealing with the same shit.
Yeah. I didn't watch the video or nothing like that. Number one, I get it. You know what I mean? You suffer from addiction, whatever the case is. I get that. It's certain shit you don't need to come out and say. Like you went on. Maybe she did it because she felt like it was going to get out anyway, so she tried to get ahead of it.
I'm gonna get to why she said.
But come on, man. Like certain shit you don't need to say. But again, for you to build your whole career off of talking about people, any and everything. Somebody cheat on somebody. Somebody got an illegitimate kid. Whatever the case is,
she's talking about people with addiction.
Yes.
She's holding people with addiction. Like, that's literally the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, so for her to do this, I thought that was fucking funny.
Dog, like, again, addiction ain't a joke. You know, but when you look at this situation, it's the most darkest version of poetic justice ever. Like, it's dark as fuck because, again, this could literally lead to something that nobody necessarily wants for her.
Right.
You know, but I mean, without shit talking and without, you know, exposing people's lives, having the insight to what motherfuckers are going through. Without all of that, what is the Wendy Williams show? People will tell you straight up, they go to Wendy's show to kind of escape their own bullshit, to hear about other people's bullshit.
How much bullshit did you want to... If I'm going through my own bullshit and I know it's bullshit, I don't want to go somewhere and supposed to be enjoying my time listening to somebody else bullshit. Like, how much bullshit you need? Like,
Hurt people. That's the term.
I will say that I think this, by this happening to her in particular, it fucked up her show. Or it will.
I don't think so.
Fuck up her show.
I think it made it stronger.
No, the reason I say it's gonna fuck up her show is because it's gonna have to change the content. If she's got any ounce of integrity, it's gonna change the content. And if it changes the content, depending on the direction they go, it could mess up her show that way. Because like we just said, people go to that show to see whatever bullshit she got brewing up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Again, I don't wish addiction on nobody, but shit's funny.
Like, the only reason I don't think it's gonna mess up her show is because it's too fucking big. And also, she's been doing this, saying all this shit while being addicted to coke this entire time. So it's like, when she beats it, I'm going to speak into existence. When she beats her addiction, I just think she's going to double down on the shit that she's talking. Because now her demons are gone. Exactly. She's going to talk more shit. That's just what I personally think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting it past her. I just think it's going to, again, I'm more integrity based. So I look at it and be like, come on, man. You was, you know what I mean? You was talking that shit when you was on this shit. Now you off the shit and you talking even more shit. Like, come on, dog.
Hey, that's the move though.
Yeah. If for her brand or for how she does stuff, yeah, I guess that would be the move.
Hurt people. And the most fucked up part about it is a lot of people that dabble in, you know, exposing people's truths and, you know, opening up people's closets for ridicule and stuff like that. They can't handle it. They can't handle the shit themselves. And the reason I even bring that up is because before the sober house, before finding out she was addicted to coke, they were already talking about how her husband.
Time out. How much? Like, okay, you claiming you're in the sober house. So does that mean that there's just no coke in the house? Ain't that like a regular household?
That's true. Like, so a sober house is a house with no coke.
Right. Ain't that like my house? Like
that's the crib, basically.
Right.
Nah, so a sober house is they don't have like anything that can be a vice. And it's lights out at a certain time. And it's almost like.
Is she saying she's living or her house she's implementing at her house?
She's living at one. And it's a sober house.
Okay.
It's a sober house that her and her husband, I guess it's a foundation that they put together.
Okay, and that's a little bit different. I thought you meant like she ain't got no shit in her house. I'm like, my nigga, like the gas station down the street.
No. It's basically like it's like a halfway house.
That makes sense.
Where it's lights out at a certain time. You can't leave at a certain time. Except for if you do leave, you don't go to jail. They just kick you out the house.
Gotcha.
They do drug tests and shit like that.
I get how that can be effective when you're dealing with like something of drugs, but personally, I think anything, depending on the person, can be somewhat addictive.
True.
I can say that like when I was throughout high school, or shit, throughout fucking middle school, up into high school, shit, even out of fresh out of high school, I would say ball was probably my addiction. Like, bro, if it didn't matter. This is me back then. This is not me now. But let's say if we were doing this now.
8 balls?
No.
You sure?
No, I'm positive. Let's say if we're
Tell
doing
the truth.
No.
It's that time.
No. Let's say
Join Wendy.
Let's say if we were recording a show when I was 18, 19. Right? We're doing a show. And I get a text or a call, yo, we going to go hoop at so-and-so. Nigga, we got to wrap this show up because I got to go hoop. But it was like that with everything for me until I really had to sit back and like, yo, bro, you called into work to go hoop.
Is that addiction or is that passion?
No, the reason I say it's addiction because it's don't get me wrong, it's a slippery slope. But the reason I say it was addiction because of some of the stuff that I was doing to go hoop. Like it'll get to the point where when I woke up, I eat, chill, whatever the case is, but I have to go hoop. When I did not go hoop, I felt off. When I was at work and let's say if it was slow or something, like, even if it wasn't slow, hey yo, it's a bunch of us. We going to go so and so to go hoop. Well, then I'm at work, but I know that's a 3-4 hour thing there. I got to get the fuck out of work to go hoop. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like, if it was passion, then maybe it would have been like, I'm trying to go hoop, trying to do this because these college scouts are coming to do it. No, it was nothing like that. These were fucking regular games type shit. You know what I mean? But it got to the point where like I physically needed to go do so. And I'm saying that to say anything could be a vice or addiction. You know
I agree.
What I mean?
Sex is an addiction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that I get, but you know, I was about to say like sex. I feel like hooping isn't that bad of an addiction, but no, because I've seen people fuck up their life through sex addiction.
That's wild to me,
and that's why I guess that's why I'm like, is that addiction or is that passion? Because you would leave work, you would do whatever it is to go hoop, but I feel like if you knew that you were on thin ice with something, you wouldn't leave your gig to go hoop.
Nah, I was leaving. Even
if you knew you was gonna get fired the next day,
I was leaving.
Damn.
And I'm being so honest. Like depending on the job. If it was a job where I'm getting paid decent amount or something like that, you know what I mean? Then maybe not.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Addiction. If you were making bread, then you would, you know,
But see, this is
And
why
then you
this is why I
decide to be
say
out
this,
then, yeah.
this is why I say it was a slippery slope, because if I was making bread, I probably wouldn't be hooping that much, because I would have been able to channel that bread into hooping at a different time. Well, hooping would have been my job type of sense. You know what I mean? It would have been a resource for me. But I'm saying to say, like, when you fresh out of high school, 18, 19, you maybe get you a little retail job, $10 an hour or something like that. 18, 19, $10 an hour, you really ain't got no bills. You like, yo, I'm pretty cool.
It's solid, right?
No, I would, Kev, you're in your final. You sure you want to leave? I'll come back 30 minutes. No, I really need to go. That type of thing. You know what I mean? So that's why I say anything could be an addiction. But again, that was me back then. Me now? No. Nigga, I don't even want to get out of the goddamn bed. No.
Like, I barely want to come do this damn show. But kind of getting back to, I guess, kind of house that she's in. They take away anything that could possibly cater to their addiction. Especially dealing with drug addicts and in a lot of cases, alcoholics. They chase a high. And
so what are sex addicts chasing? The reason I ask that is because that is a serious addiction, but you don't need two people to achieve something. You know what I mean?
I think that they're addicted to climaxing.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, I think that's what that it said that they're addicted to.
Gotcha.
But let us know if Corey the Corrector is listening or watching,
or if you're a sex addict.
If there are any sex addicts that's watching this show, this is a safe place.
Yeah, it's a safe place.
Let us know what exactly is getting you there. Sex is great.
Yeah, fantastic.
I don't see how I could destroy your life. But you have to be really beating cheeks. I'm talking about beating massive cheeks.
I can see how it can destroy your life.
Well, obviously we all can see how I destroy your relationship and stuff.
No, I can see I can destroy your life too.
How?
If you just run around having sex with random people, I think that can kind of mess you up.
You get the itchy scratchy.
But even if you don't, you know what I mean? Maybe one of these days you went to go do something and that particular day you was like, nah, I'm getting this shit today, and now you done fucked around and somebody is like no, that's mine, and you smashing everything else. Maybe she give you the Lorraine and Bobbitt. That would fuck up my life.
Well,
and it could happen,
and that has nothing to do with addiction.
It could happen. I'm just saying I can see how it happened, but it's interesting how that is an addictive thing. Because sometimes I'll be like, yo, leave me the fuck alone.
I think everybody gets to that point.
I'm like, yo, no.
Can you imagine motherfuckers be a sex addict, having this crazy ass fucking argument, we storm out the door, come back. You trying to fuck or no?
Hey, yo, do sex addicts have wet dreams?
No, they just get straight to the shit.
And
as soon as half a titty pop up in their head, whoop, go get this Jergens. I'll be in the bathroom.
Or a sex addict that is having a wet dream, do they just decide not to wake up? Like, can they control to keep fucking in their dream?
I'm pretty sure as soon as that shit pop up, like, well, I'm not about to just talk about it. I'm about to be about it. Finna get to this motherfucking cheeks. Or at least get to the lotion, one or the other. Somebody's about to really shit on us, too. They're going to be like, sex addiction is real. Like, yes, but we're also talking shit about Wendy Williams, a cokehead. So, But anyway, getting back to that. To where I want to kind of get into the reality of the situation. People, I said it before, hurt people hurt people. Mm-hmm. This is why it's important to make sure that your house is clean before you come talking shit about somebody else's house.
Absolutely.
Me and you, we get on the show and we're honest and forefront with all of our listeners as if they're our best friends. Mm. We're even more honest and forefront with the people that we do call friends. Mm. So it's like, does that give us the go ahead to talk the amount of shit that we do? No. Do people enjoy it? Absolutely. But when you walk around like there's nothing wrong with your house. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with your setup. And you have so many comments towards all these other people with Wendy Williams, with your peers, really with our peers. Mm-hmm. You have so much to say about your peers, but your everything isn't tight knit. And I truly hate when people have so much shit to say about other people. When it comes home, now we all of a sudden got to feel bad.
Yeah, now we got to play victim.
Now all of a sudden, you shouldn't talk about them like that. They're going through a rough time. Weren't they just talking about like 4 other people that were going through a rough time? Didn't they just post saying, I can give a fuck if you just lost your dog or some random shit?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, they just said all that same shit.
It'd be different if, like, if her house hypothetically was clean and she's talking about these other people, but she's kind of doing what we're doing. I mean, we're gonna talk about the seriousness, but we're gonna also poke fun. Then okay, can't really say too much. But you getting on there talking about these people like you don't have nothing going on at home. Like, nah, that shit ain't cool.
I would say the difference with her and what we do, because the last thing I want to do is compare us to Wendy Williams. The difference between her and what we do is we talk about the shit that's public forum.
True.
We talk about the things that actually come to light.
True.
Wendy Williams will let people know.
Yeah, she got a little bit more of an insider than way more of an insider than we do.
She has stroke. Like, she actually knows shit. Prime example. And this is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily feel bad that, you know, that the world now knows what she's going through and if anybody has anything to say about it. Because one, didn't stop nobody from saying shit about Demi Lovato. So let's let that eat.
You know how many times I've seen that woman get called a drug head, cokehead, or whatever, crackhead?
Right. It was
like, just calling her everything under the book.
Somebody, at one point, somebody was like, it was like for a good week, people were just tweeting pictures of spoons to her. I'm like, yo, that's so fucked up.
When the 21 Savage shit came out, it was a meme or something like that. I think she like laughed or some shit like that.
Yeah, she was
they destroyed that
She
woman.
was like, and even though everybody was talking shit about the situation, she said, these 21 Savage memes got me cracking up. You better shut the fuck up, Kobe.
Right. Right.
They started getting into her whole everything.
This nigga get out talking about, no, some of them shit was funny. Like,
yeah, he even said himself, like, no, them joints was funny. But anyway, I brought her up to kind of go back into Wendy, where the one thing that stands out to me the most is when she announced to the world that Method Man's wife was battling cancer.
I was today years old when I found that out.
You don't remember that?
No.
It was a big. Now I don't watch the fucking show, but Meth was very vocal about that. He was pissed about that.
If it was in like the media type thing, I wasn't that. Nah.
It was definitely in the urban media for sure.
I'm pretty sure it was. I just didn't pay attention to it. Depending on when this happened, just told you. Maybe I was hooping. Who knows?
I might have been hooping.
I don't know.
This is when allhiphop.com was like them niggas.
Oh yeah, I was definitely hooping.
He's like, I was out there.
Yeah, I was out there.
But yeah, she revealed that that Method Man's wife had cancer. Now, granted, how she did it was, you know, praying for you, yada yada yada. Like, she did it in a way that was respectful.
But it wasn't her business to tell.
Exactly. It wasn't her business to tell because no one else was reporting it. She had just got a really solid leak and then decided, okay, well, I'm going to be the one to break the news that Method Man's wife is dealing with cancer.
Right.
To me, that's tasteless.
Yeah.
That's tasteless as fuck.
Yeah.
Until that man tells you that this is what we're dealing with in our household, let that be that.
Even if he tells you. I'd rather, if you got that information, have him as a guest on your show. Let him tell the story.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if he goes on a radio show and says, you know, yeah, it's just been rough because my wife's dealing with cancer, and then going from there.
Then yeah, okay,
then
fine.
It's like, now you have something to report. Right. But you're telling my business because I didn't tell nobody this.
I ain't telling nobody that.
It's just like the girl that was interviewing J. Cole and was like, so you just recently got married. And he was like, whoa. He was like, yeah. Like, he had to keep his cool. And I was actually having a conversation with somebody the other day. He kept his cool, but you can tell he was pissed.
Naturally, I would be. You
know what I'm saying? Because he's in an industry where everybody's a target. Everybody you affiliate with is a target. Everybody that you affiliate with is now their business is out there. Like Kendrick's girl.
Yeah.
So to know that you out here telling business that ain't yours. So that's that. The other one I look at is she was the one saying that Pac got raped in jail.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was the main one when she had a radio show in New York.
See, my first experience with her was her having a show. It took for me listening to other media outlets to know that she's been around even before then. So yeah, I'm like, wow. Man, look, if was Pac alive when she was saying, well, obviously he was like, man, I would have got out and went right back in. Oh, I'm getting raped. Bitch ass and go right back in.
Pac used to call her out. He's called her fat and everything on his records. Then she did used to be big.
Well, it ain't no better now. You see how she's shaped now?
She's pretty masculine.
No, like, man, I seen something. It was like a straight line with just boobs.
Oh, the picture of her on the beach.
No, it was like something on the show. It was like some collage or montage video, whatever the case is. And I'm looking at this woman's shape like, yo, what the fuck? Who did this?
Right.
who is responsible for this?
Like, who made this?
Right. You an 8-mil cokehead. Who is responsible for this?
That's probably how she lost the weight.
Ooh.
Pieces. Pieces.
The more you know.
But anyway, I'm gonna get off of this because, like we said, addiction is a real thing, and I'm gonna say the same thing. Even though we had our fun with Demi Lovato, I'm gonna say the same thing with Wendy Williams that we said about Demi Lovato. Keep with the help. Keep trying to correct it. Keep healing. Keep doing what you need to do. Get better. But you also need to really take this into real consideration. Mm-hmm. That if your house ain't clean, you gotta chill and talk about everybody else's houses.
Mm-hmm. What do they? Don't throw stones in a glass house.
Right. Because now you're in one of those situations where your brand is different.
That's what I'm saying. Like
your brand can be different because now you have sympathy from people that didn't fuck with you at first. Mm-hmm. Now you've created that sympathy. She can flip this into something.
No, I believe she can flip it. I just don't see it happening for her.
I don't see it happening. Period.
Yeah,
I think she's gonna get her shit together and go right back to it.
Really,
and that's the only thing that pisses me off because I'm like, yeah, but you're talking all this shit, yet we know you're living in a sober house.
Nah, I think under recent events, I think she gets her shit together, or maybe she doesn't. Maybe it takes a little bit longer. I think she leaves that show, and the reason being is because when she was gone, it was a lot of rumors talking about she leaving the show. And Nick Cannon got the shit because Nick Cannon killed that shit.
Yeah, I heard he was doing a great job.
So I would not be surprised if she came out, said this brand or her fan base kind of changes a little bit. She draws this out because it ain't like she ain't paid. She draws this out. I know she said she got some things going on with her husband or some shit like that.
And that's why people think that she admitted to it because apparently not too long ago, she was her husband was caught like making kissy faces on the beach with some
whatever that shit is. I just think with all that in consideration, this is gonna be her way of kind of getting out. And if she does leave, kind of what you said, she kind of can leave on a sympathy though. Like she left to go get help. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can see it going that way. Will it? Who knows? But I can see it happening.
Like I said, she definitely created sympathy with people. Mm-hmm. But where she's gonna fuck herself is that she's gonna go right. She's gonna double down on everything she's been doing, and that's where she's gonna really fuck herself because that's gonna turn the sympathy into oh no, never mind.
Right.
Whatever. You're a cokehead. You know that's exactly what it's gonna turn into. However, like we've been saying, we're all about healing, get better, do what you need to do to get better. Wendy, you're probably never gonna hear this show, but just do what you got to do to heal. But also know, make sure your house is clean. Point blank. Period. Yeah. Next thing I wanted to kind of talk about. I'm gonna merge two things together because they're sort of related. Mm-hmm. So Kodak Black shot his shot at Young M.A.
Now, did he shoot his shot or did he say
he had a line in the record? Right, he had a line in the record saying that he'd do it.
Are we taking that as shooting a shot? Did he say, yo, you know what I mean? Like, would he just say, nah, I'd do it?
According to social media, he sexually harassed her.
So what happens if the straight girl or the lesbian chick or the dick chick, whatever, what happens when she flirts with a straight chick and the straight chick not on it? Is that sexual harassment?
Nope. You know that. Because that's actually the comparison that I was going to give with this next one. But you had a question dealing with Young M.A.
I want to know. This is not for me. Because I'm pretty sure you know what my answer is going to be. If you are willing to engage in those acts with, what is the proper term? Would you say lesbian? That's general, right?
I think it's stud.
Is that like the proper term? I don't want to like offend nobody. That's
for the boy lesbian, yes.
Yeah, okay. If you are attracted or would do that, are you technically gay?
So I know what your answer would be.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that they're gay. I just say it's weird.
No, I'm saying like I don't think it's gay, and in a lot of ways I don't think it's weird either. Here's why I'm gonna say that. And if you're from Mojave, you know exactly who this person is. I'm just not gonna say their name.
You just said if you from Mojave, you just narrowed it down.
Exactly, because once I talk about it, people will be like, oh yeah, now that makes sense. So there was this one lesbian that we went to school with, and for prom, she got did up like a girl. Boy, she was cold than a motherfucker, and you couldn't help but to see her that way every time after. And even at some point, I'm not gonna put her business out there like that. I'm just gonna stick with the fact that she did what she did for prom for her mom, and went from there. And at that point, you just like, I can't help but to look at you and be like, yo, you're gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Now, but I know you want to be a boy.
Now I get. I kind of can understand that because I have seen the ones that are considered studs. I'll be like, damn, you dressed like a nigga, you got a cold fit on, but you're cute. Like I get that. I get that part because you can still see that feminine in there. Right. I get that part. But if you got somebody that is maybe on hormones, maybe not, they completely like from the gate, from the moment you met them, they've been perpetrating as, I don't want to say perpetrating as a dude, but their mannerisms are more mannish and how they dress is more mannish. If a person is attracted to that, don't you think that's kind of weird a little bit? Or because I'm looking at yourself, you know what I mean? Like if it was a chick that dressed exactly like you, was exactly like you, but she was just a girl, I'm not gonna be looking at her like, yo, what you doing after this night? That's just not, you know what I mean? Like that's not my thing because that's weird to me. So that's why I asked, like, does it make you a little bit? Maybe not make you gay, but you look a little funny in the light.
Honestly, I don't even think it really even look. Now, if we're talking about the ones that
we're talking about the ones that look like Lil Boosie.
Okay, now that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Because they're definitely some ones that you look like, dog, I thought you were a dude till you changed the shirt. You know what I'm saying? But then there are ones that you can kind of still see it. You know what I mean?
Those ones, okay, I understand what you mean by those.
So that's why I think it's very like particular. Like if you're dealing with somebody that is just 2 steps away from being a boy, then it's like, all right,
okay,
you have a different kind of taste.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
we gave what variations on what it could be. Is it weird or not for Kodak Black to be wanting to mess with Lil Ma?
Personally, I don't even think
or Young Ma, whatever the fuck her name is.
I don't know. I don't think that he necessarily wants to fuck with her. I think that was just a line. I think that was one of those I'd fuck anything lines. If I was looking at the actual story correctly,
I want that line in my record.
If I was looking at the story correctly, he said the line, and she responded, and he responded like, "But you got a pussy, don't you?" You know what I'm saying? Like it just he got this shows how fucked up my train of thought be looking or be is in my head. So I was on Twitter earlier today, and you know something. Well, I know you don't have a Twitter no more, but on Twitter sometimes like it be porn. It be porn sometimes going around the TL. Why'd you say it like that?
because
it be porn.
Yeah, that's generally what it is.
Ain't no sex addicts on Twitter. Scroll.
No,
we in the bathroom, baby.
What that jerking?
I gotta crank out the bathroom for this one.
Yikes. And it was somebody RT'd it or whatever the case is, and it was a girl having sex with another girl. But the girl had like an elongated clit. This is my first time ever. This thing looked like a miniature penis. I kid you not. Like no bullshit. Like you almost like saw a little head too. You know what I mean? But it was like an elongated
clit. Who you following on Twitter?
Listen, this was. I'm not following the person who like originally posted the video. Yeah, this was like
follow motherfucker that retweeted it.
Yeah, this was RT, and it was completely unexpected because this person is like never done that before. And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are they doing? And the one chick, like, she was treating it as if it was a penis. Like, they had intercourse with her elongated. I was like, yo, this is wild. But that just shows you how my train of thought was going because it got me thinking about the little MA thing or whatever. I keep fucking this lady's name up.
Young MA.
Got me thinking about that, and I'm like, Kodak said he'd do anything. So, what if she got that on her thing? Like, you messing with that?
Nah.
No?
I'm not messing with Young M.A. because she's one of the ones that's like, okay, yeah,
that's
you look like a boy.
That's what I mean. If she's the boy from the jump, boy looking.
Okay, correction. How she looks now,
right? Because I did see a picture where she looked like a girl. And I was like, okay, she's
when she first came out, she was definitely a lot more. I can't even say she was definitely a lot more feminine because the mannerism was still the same. The voice was even still the same. But she had her hair pressed out. She was, in girl clothes, the whole nine. I was like, oh, Young May's cute for a girl. You know what I'm saying? But
Wait,
now
for a girl, you say for a girl like she's not a girl.
but now that's a whole nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
Yeah, that's a nigga.
Now, granted, I'm trying to make sure I remain not necessarily
Okay,
PC,
now
but
I'm
just
finna fuck
respectful
you up.
to the community. I know she doesn't identify as a transgender, but she definitely identifies as a stud.
Right.
So that's why. So when I say as a girl, I mean feminine.
Okay. So now I'm gonna fuck you up.
Go ahead.
So beat is beat.
Why does beat keep having to come in?
Beat is beat because
You throw the whole company.
No,
under the
because I'm
bridge.
painting the picture. Because
Okay.
if it's just regular us, we ain't gonna probably never meet that woman.
Okay.
So beat is big is big, and you so happen to meet her, right? Y'all cool, y'all kick it, whatever the case is. Like as friends, like it could be a beat function. Y'all everybody just out kicking it. Somehow, some way, y'all end up in the same hotel together, in a hotel room together. But she so happens to, I don't know, maybe she was drinking, maybe her and Wendy was sharing coke. I don't know. And she comes into the room and she like presses you a little bit. What you doing then?
Yeah, that's a no for me.
I just thought I'd ask.
But she probably could beat me up. So it's like, it may have to just happen. Just know when I'm sitting by myself quiet. We'll talk later. You know, like, we'll talk. We'll talk another day looking at us. But anyway, getting back to that. A lot of people were looking at it as, oh, it's sexual harassment.
No.
And all this other stuff. And I'm like, it was, unless there was something that I missed, I believe it was just a shot on the record and then him responding to what she said. Mm-hmm. This is definitely going into the you're a black guy, so you're always wrong type bag. Because on the flip side, Adrien Broner was coming at, I don't know what dude's name is, the I Am Delivert guy. So now, I do want to touch on one thing. Mm-hmm. Even though I know you say, homophobia, it shouldn't be the word for it. When it comes down to how he addressed it, for its definition, it was extremely homophobic. How Adrien Broner went about
now,
it.
Because I've heard, before we get there, I've heard, is there a longer clip? Because the clip that I heard, he didn't say the guy's name. He just said, basically, if a gay dude tries to touch me like that, I'm going to punch him. If I got my gun on me, I'm going to shoot him. To me, that's sexual assault. I'm not letting you just come up and touch me.
No,
like, period.
No,
that part cool. But if it's
that,
more to it than that, then I haven't heard
that's
that.
the thing. But that's the point I was going to get to. Yeah, if somebody's touching you, and it's unwanted sexual contact, then yes, it's sexual assault. What I'm saying is the fact that, how you see the memes and it says nobody, then it says this person?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it was.
Oh, so it was just random?
He just, because from what he claimed, dude slid in his DMs. And I'm going to ask you, I'll put it out there. If a homosexual man slid into your DMs, are you going to let the world know that that's what happened and then let the world know what's going to happen the next time a gay dude come at you?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I just feel like, I don't get down like that. You know what I mean?
Keep it as respectful. Once you get disrespectful, then I get disrespectful.
Yeah.
But it's never going to see the light of day.
The light of day, yeah.
And that's
and I'm not going to say nothing that you can't even go back and be like, yo, XYZ, nah.
And that's the part, and that's why I'm going to get back to what you just said. That's the part that I'm like, dog, that was homophobic.
Yeah.
The fact that you went above and beyond to let it be known if any gay dude hit on me, say anything to me, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. Like, no one knew.
Yeah.
No one
that
knew
part,
that.
Okay, that part.
If he really did slide in DMs, nobody knew.
Nobody
you made
knew.
it a point
to
go that route and to shake motherfuckers up. You're not winning enough fights to have that kind of shit to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. So this was the dude that was saying I'm delivered. I'm not.
Yeah.
So he lied.
But no, I don't
We
think
need that drop too.
Oh, you a liar.
Yeah.
We need to add that to. I thought I had it too. I was going to go for it too. But no. He even said he said something to him about I'm trying to remember exactly what was said. He just generally just hit him up just on some normal I'm a fan type shit.
Oh,
from how Adrien Broner was initially saying it.
Uh-huh.
He hit him up on some like I'm a fan type shit. And then AB went immediately into I don't do that gay shit. Like, dog, he ain't say shit.
Yeah, that part is homophobic.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm like. That's completely and utterly homophobic. Like, dog,
it was unneeded.
You're jumping to a random ass conclusion, and it, like you said, is unneeded. Now, on the flip side, going back to what you said, that is sexual assault. Not saying you got to go about and let motherfuckers know if this happens, then this, that, and the third is going to go down. However, is that not the energy that we're telling women to keep with men? Mm-hmm. So I feel like with this situation, because after I saw that, you started seeing memes like let's treat straight men the way that Kodak Black is treating Young and May. And I'm just sitting here like, so that's sexual assault.
Right.
Like
if we're gonna go by your definition.
If we're going by these definitions, that's sexual assault. And with this situation, I bring all of this up to bring up the conversation of equality again. If we're looking for equality, why is there asterisk on it? Why is it that when a black man is in the victim role, all of a sudden it's cool? And now, I will never sit here and play victim to nobody. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. I'll never sit here and play victim to anybody. But I'm looking at this situation where if we're saying we got raped, if we're saying we got sexually assaulted, if we get beat up on an elevator, if we get beat up any fucking where, and it's by opposite sex, it's a joke. It's funny. But we're trying to accomplish equality. And the excuse will always be, well, y'all don't take it serious, so we not. But there's still men out here that take it extremely serious. This is when you start to fuck up your allies.
Yeah. This is the way I look at it and the way I look at everything, it's a big clusterfuck.
Absolutely.
It's a big clusterfuck and it's hypocrisy.
I agree.
Equality is you only want equality when it's beneficial to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You only want to get the same respect the man gets when he goes to the club, but you definitely don't want to have to pay $50 to get in.
Oh, big facts.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's only good when it's beneficial to whoever is preaching equality.
Now that's one thing that Oak, shout out to Oak, that she was talking about at From the Mountains of Us Too. And that was really the first time I've ever seen it addressed in an open forum, which is an admittance of some kind of privilege.
Yeah.
As a woman. Obviously we'd be crazy to think that they have the same amount of privilege as a man does. The world shows us every day that, the respect for women, especially black women, is low as a motherfucker. Right. But it was at least addressed that there is some form of it. Right. Now,
at least for that particular setting, they were aware.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's good.
And I just kind of feel like it's so hard to take some of these missions serious when the energy isn't kept all the way around. Because again, how AB went about it, homophobic. His feelings towards it that's the energy that we're asking people to keep when it comes down to sexual assault.
Had it been anything like circumstances have been different, you know what I mean? Maybe if the dude publicly tried to get at him and he publicly went back, something like that, we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation like, yo, my nigga, like that's how he feel.
Right.
But like you said, it's completely unneeded. He just jumped out the gate for no reason.
Even in this situation, he could have done what women do all the time: posted the screenshot of the DMs, and he'd have been called a bitch. Oh, you in the closet? Like they're saying now, like you're in the closet.
Yeah,
I've always felt he was.
And it's funny you said it because I was sitting here thinking when you were telling me like, yo, if dude tried to get at you like that, A, I want to talk to him because he's a goddamn liar. But B, he may think. You know what I mean? Like you're giving off something to him to get that. You know what I mean?
A little flashy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I like to think this kind of the same way in a sense with women, like gay men. I think the stigma that straight men give gay men is that they gay, they gon' basically fuck, be willing to fuck anything.
Because you're gay, you're attracted to me, right?
Right. And I think that comes from you with men. A lot of men know like, yo, if a bad female presses me, chances are I'm hit. You know what I mean? Like men have that stigma of they think we're gonna stick our dick in anything. So I think they apply that same logic to gay men, but I think gay men kind of think the same way in women. Like, nigga, just because I'm gay don't mean I'm attracted to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It don't mean I like you unless you're giving off something that
maybe I got a shot.
Exactly. Right. So I wouldn't be surprised with AB, man.
No, and again, when I heard his response, because I was sitting there looking like, yo, you went to an extreme, really fucking fast. And I used to, I tell people all the time, I used to bounce at 3 clubs in Dayton. One was a strip club, one was a regular club, one was a gay club. And dude owned all 3. So when I was at the gay club, it's nothing but gay people around. Of course, somebody's going to hit on you. You know what I'm saying? And somebody even made
But I think once you made the point, like, let them know, like, I don't get down like that, then they kind of leave it alone.
No, they don't.
Never mind.
I'll definitely say that. No, they don't. Not all of them. Let me not say that. Let me not group the way we're grouped. The ones there did not. they know, okay, you're not gay now. But
you will be.
You know what I'm saying? But And somebody even said, and it made me laugh when I thought about it when it was going on. It was like, black men don't understand consent until a gay dude hits on them.
Yeah.
And it was like, even though I understand consent, I'm like, oh, so that's what it takes. Some of these other motherfuckers that be trying to grab a girl's asses in the club and shit like that. Just let a gay dude hit on them. And all of a sudden, you'll understand consent full-fledged. Because if you're not gay,
you're going to be like, yo, get the fuck off me type
but
shit.
then you'll see some motherfuckers that get hit on. It's like, well, I guess it is Thursday.
No. I don't care what Thursday it is.
Nah, you know, it's way too many cats on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2019, man. Come out the closet. Live your life. But anyway, but, you know, with all that being said, I look at those situations, and not even just because I work there, because had it escalated to a place of I'm being grabbed at or any kind of thing like that, oh yeah, my response would have been on some Solange in the elevator. You know, but other than that, when it was just words, I chuckle and leave that shit there. Like I was never uncomfortable because I'm comfortable in my masculinity.
You know, you ain't gonna get down like that.
Exactly.
They can say whatever the hell they want.
I know I'm cool, so they'll say shit. It's the exact same situation when a female that you're not. We also learn from the mouths of us, not females. But
Still
women.
Confused by that, but women will say that.
So with women, when if you're not attracted to them and they hit, you know, they're getting at you, you laugh it off, you chuckle it off, leave it at that until it gets to the point where they're, you know, really shooting their shot, and you got to respectfully be like, look, I'm not into you like that. You know what I'm saying? It never got to the point where I had to be like, look, that's not me. You know, it was just simple. Nah, I'm good. I'm cool. That's not how I get down.
This makes me think maybe AB he's not comfortable with himself. And the reason being I'm saying that is because growing up, when you found out somebody was gay or you heard what somebody was gay, even if you didn't say it, mentally you had that reaction the same that he did. Nobody even did shit to you. You like nothing. Gay, you know what I mean?
I gotta let the world know.
That's how it was growing up. But growing up, you're comfortable with yourself to a certain extent, but you're not truly comfortable with yourself, and you probably won't be until you hit that maturity level. Right. Maybe AB is just not comfortable with himself. The numbers say he should be at that mature level, but maybe he's not. Because honestly, with the fuckery shit that Floyd does, I don't think even Floyd's gonna do that.
Floyd's not flying out of this gate.
Yeah.
You know, and with what you exactly just said, that was a horrible way to phrase it. With what you just said exactly. You know, yeah, it goes off of maturity. Like, there's not a man in this world, there's not a person in this world that at one point didn't say, oh, that's gay, or drop the F-bomb as much as possible. Like, nobody. I think I even saw this in a meme. Like, you can't shit on somebody for learning something and then trying to preach different because now they know better.
Right.
When the whole purpose of all of this, of educating people and, you know, trying to get them on board as allies is to make sure that now they know better. They do better. We've had this conversation on the show plenty of fucking times.
Nobody popped out of the gate and knew everything.
Exactly. Nobody popped out of the gate and just did everything out, you know what I'm saying, just all right.
Yeah.
You know, shit, 10 years from now, something that we saw as normal today
it may not be normal
can get broken down and you're like, damn, I didn't even think about it. Like
that. I mean, shit, we were seeing it with, I guess if we wanted to keep it on hip hop, talk about some of the stuff that they would talk about then. Now we like,
ooh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think you would have.
There's so much shit. I was like, yo, that could not have come out today.
Right. When I was in the shower today, I was sitting there thinking, would In Living Color last today? And I was like, probably not.
I saw that they making a movie.
Now, a movie could be a little bit different. Who knows? Who knows? It may be some genius spot. I think The Living Color back then couldn't have lasted today. I think it could if they were to make some adjustments, maybe not necessarily offend people, but you know how with some stuff that you see stuff and you're like, you're just being soft. Like, you know what I mean? I think if they kind of tread that rope instead of the flat out offending people, it could last. But the In Living Color in the 90s couldn't last in 2019.
From stuff that I read dealing with In Living Color back then, they did used to get flack for like the handyman and
right, stuff like that. It's not going to last because it's too... I can get on my phone and talk about this episode and...
Because exactly, it's so immediate.
And 300 people can see, you know, what's going on. I don't think that 90s could last now.
Right. No, I agree. But like I said, just getting back to AB and Delivert. I don't know what the hell his name is.
Delivert. I just seen him when I'm so upset because I was like, not that it mattered to me that he was gay or not. I didn't care, but it's like, dude, you made a public spectacle talking about you're not gay no more. Been seeing out with a lady, but then slide into another man's DMs. Like, don't lie to me, dog.
No, but you gay people didn't even believe that.
I didn't either. But don't fucking lie to me about it.
I don't think he wasn't intended to lie to you. He was at church.
It doesn't.
And somebody caught that
He
clip.
intended to
and
lie
was
to
like-
everybody because he publicly said it.
He said at church, and somebody found that clip and was like,
He
"Yup,
knew.
we putting this out."
He knew them church had cameras. That wasn't his first time seeing a camera at fucking church.
He knew what was up.
He knew what was up. He lied to everybody.
He
It's
knows.
fair.
He knows it's gonna go viral though.
Maybe not.
There's no way he knew it was gonna go
Maybe
viral.
maybe not.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have said Delivered like that. But yeah, getting back to all that.
Shit, Delivered is probably why it went viral.
Hey, that's exactly why.
It could have went viral because of that. So maybe he did. Was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck them up with this one.
I'm finna trend. Y'all ain't ready
Fuck
for
them
me.
up.
But yeah. So with that whole situation, AB said what he said, and then Delivered decided to jump back into it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was saying that AB was like he wanted me to eat his booty hole and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, all right, you had the people on your side. Now you setting some shit up.
Yo. You know how wild DMs gotta be to just jump out the gate and say that in the DM.
Right. But you know what? Though?
Even if you were to say that to a woman, like, hey yo, trying to eat that butt.
Hey
Like,
man, it's 2019. She might put ... like groceries.
but still, like, that's your go ahead. Like, or let's say if you were gay,
is that the opening line? now?
right? That's what I'm saying. Is that the opening line? Or let's say this is like a conversation. Like, I had a couple conversations. Did he jump up the gate and be like, hey yo, so you gonna eat my butt? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did that transpire?
Somehow it transitioned. Yo, man, I think you're a solid boxer. You gonna eat my ass? The escalation. What the fuck happened?
Right.
But again, that's why I'm like, dog. Now y'all look stupid.
Yeah.
Because they're going back and forth with this ridiculous fucking story about eating ass and DM sliding. Now, where I did respect dude's gangster. Was he said if I slid in your DMs and I said all that, post the conversation.
That's real.
You talking about what you're gonna do to gay people? Post the conversation.
That's
That
real.
nigga never posted it.
That's real as fuck.
I was like, damn, you got your whole car pulled.
and you got told you wanted your ass ate.
And you still want to know if he can eat that ass.
What if he got on afterwards like, yo, you know what? I was tripping. I was drunk. So you gonna eat this ass?
It was like,
Like,
now that I'm sober, are you gonna eat this?
Right.
Question remains. You know? But yeah, man, that whole situation, dog. That whole
what if
situation
that's
was hilarious.
what if that's why Floyd stopped fucking with him? Not because he wanted his ass ate, but because maybe Floyd.
He probably asked Floyd, like, hey, quick question.
That is a quick ass question too. That's a quick ass question.
Conversation in
Hell
general.
yeah. But what if Floyd says like, yo, I think he may be in the closet a little bit, and Floyd was like he didn't want to be associated with that, so he kind of distanced himself. Pieces.
Come together.
They come together.
Pieces as they come together. But anyway, I bring up both these situations to say we got to maintain the same energy.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, no one's going to take our fucking, the things we're trying to get seriously. Like, no one's going to. Because we flip it at the drop of a dime. We flip once it benefits us.
Yeah.
You know, if we're really battling for something, then it needs to be across the board. We're going to get bullshit for having this exact conversation, and it's fine. Because that's the point. The point is introduce thought.
You know what, man? Yes, the point is to introduce thought. But how I feel right now, I don't care if we get flack for this.
I never care if we
right
get
now.
flack.
Right now, I'm in this place like,
I could be in a great fucking mood.
go
I
ahead
still
and
wouldn't
make
care.
this show viral. Go ahead and help a brother out. Go ahead and make this show viral.
I need the
Yeah,
trending
I don't
topics.
care.
Hey man, listen, I've never been.
Well, yeah, I've
worried
never
about
cared,
it.
but today especially, yeah, go ahead and run that.
And this is why people are afraid of you.
I didn't say I will harm nobody though.
You just they was like, ooh, why should this go viral? That's how the world's feeling right now. But yeah, like I said, man, just energy needs to be kept across the board. We're gonna wrap up with a shorter conversation. You wanted to talk about the Kaepernick settlement.
I just wanted to know because I know we talked about that whole ordeal. Shit, I know at least maybe a couple shows. But I read that the settlement was only for $10 million.
That's what I've been reading. I've seen 10 million. I've seen under 10 million. Like
I've seen that, and it's interesting to me because this is not just going to him. He has to, that's split between two, and that's 10 million. I'm assuming that's the bag they're gonna give. They got to go between lawyers. They got to go whatever they got to pay out. I'm saying to say, does that make it worth it?
You know what's funny? I actually saw that the amount they were going for wasn't too far off from the 10 million. I think they were going for like 60 mil or something like that.
Nigga, that's a big
Now,
far off.
I don't, let me do my Googles.
That's a big far off. I mean, if somebody say, hey, You got to give you 10 million, but if you go down the street, I'll give you 50. I'm walking my ass down the street.
No, because I remember when people were talking about it, they were saying it as if, okay, he's settled, but he still got a solid amount of change. So then when I saw that it was 10 million, I'm like, wait, if that's a solid amount of change for what you were going for, what the fuck were you going for? So now I started seeing 50 to 60 million. I'm like, okay, if you're going for $50 million and you come out with 10, is that what you were looking for? No. Is it a solid amount of change? Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's a solid amount, but that's still kind of far off from what I'm going for.
No, absolutely.
That's still kind of far off. One thing I have been seeing though was when people were talking about the amount, they were saying it's really hard to prove a collusion case against the NFL. So on, kind of making NFL seem like they did it just to be like, get the fuck out of my face. I'm tired of talking about this. You know what I mean? Right. Which we've probably talked about on the show before.
Which is definitely what they did too.
Right. And I'm saying that to say, does it make it worth it? And I did see something which, like I told you earlier, was probably a troll or something like that, saying he signed with a team. Now with this, you got this money, which for the trouble, not to us common folk, that's still a lot of money. But for the trouble it caused, doesn't seem like a lot of money. Where do you go from here? Like, was that worth it? Is what I'm saying. Like, all right, if had it been 60 million, then we would have been like, hey, yo, the NFL, maybe they was trying to do something because they gave away a pretty bag. But now we're looking like, yeah, they gave away some money, but nigga, you still ain't signed. You ain't got the bag that you thought you would have got. Was this worth it?
For that amount, when you see 10 million, nah. And then, like you said, it's gonna get it's gonna touch so many other hands.
That's what I'm saying. Before you get that final number,
Cap will probably walk away with like 3, 4, maybe. You know, now from the stance of I made the NFL fold somewhat, and I don't mean fold like the NFL's going away. I mean fold like, okay, I'm throwing in the towel when it comes down to this situation. I made the NFL fold. Okay, cool.
But did you really?
But that's the next part. Like, but 10 million isn't really a fold,
right? And it's not even if we take away the money part. The way I look at it is now they got it to where they don't. I can't remember. I didn't watch the game this year, so I don't even know if they televise nothing anymore. But I do know that if you come out, you got to stand, or you can stand in the locker room. So if they've made changes to where kind of the display of what you were talking about is not being seen, and then they're kind of getting you out of the way, I kind of think in this one, I'm like, Kaepernick, you kind of took an L. Like, you're out of a job. Yeah, you kind of got some money, but my nigga, like,
you actually make a solid fucking point. I didn't even think about that. You only got 10 million. It's set up now in the NFL that if you don't want to come out during the national anthem, you don't have to. So that takes away people kneeling on camera. Social outrage.
Not only do they take away the social outrage, but now it takes away what we're kneeling for because nobody's seeing it.
No one's seen it. Wow, I didn't even think about that. And then they come running out after, like, yeah, that's cool and all, but they didn't see what it is they needed to see. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
I'm just saying it was interesting to me because I'm like, good. You know what I mean? We know what you're champion from. We know what it is. The more you know. We know what it is, but it looks like you took a loss.
It does. Wow. Yeah. It does look like a L. Wow. I'm gonna say wow. This episode's gonna be called Wow.
Wow. Speaking of wow.
God, I'm saying wow.
Speaking of wow. Like we said, or you said, dude is a culture vulture, whatever case is, but god damn that song hot.
Through and through. Culture vulture through and through. But that's a great fucking song.
Nah, this it's off on a tangent. This makes me think. With culture vultures, we know that Post Malone he's not hip hop. Mm. He's just good at hip hop. What happens when
he's good at hip hopping?
Right. What happens when you get the people that maybe work for a label or execs? You know they're a suit, but they realize they can do a market like that. Does that change the dynamic of music?
As far as what, like as culture vultures?
As far as the authenticity,
mm-hmm.
of it. Does that change it? You know what I mean?
Well,
if Post Malone got on a song that was fire, but he was talking about he robbed somebody or they was at the club, they was doing this and this, you know what I mean? You be looking at it like, my nigga, you saying that because it sound good. Mm. You know what I mean? Does that change how the reception or how people can, not I don't want to say how they consume, but the reception of music, does that change it?
No, niggas been lying on their songs for years. And now, one thing I will give Post.
But with that, we know people be lying on their song for years, but at least they kind of look the part. Like, I don't know, but a tough rapper, a tough New York rapper that you find out is lying. Until you realize that he's lying about that, you may look at him and be like, yeah, you lied about that, but you really might snuff me. You know what I mean? You got that.
I've never felt that way about Ja Rule.
I wasn't talking about Ja, and I'm talking about just in general.
That's my head with you said tough New York rapper. They ain't about that.
Well, just because I said New York and we know where hip hop.
Right. But of course.
I'm just saying, like in general, you know what I mean? You still have that thought in the back of your head, like, yeah, you were lying when you made this song, but some of it may be true. Some of it, what I don't know, but some of it may be true. But when you look at Post Malone, you're like, nah, none of this shit you talking about.
Yeah,
ain't
if
true,
if he was actually on that, toting pistol shit, I wouldn't believe it. But and Chips, my boy Chips, he stated it perfectly. He said that nigga makes beer pong music. And what is he doing in the Wild video? Playing beer pong. And
does that make it acceptable to true hip hop consumers? Because now if this was pop, it's pop. Don't care. But he's not calling it pop. This is hip hop to him.
Right.
Well, so does that make it acceptable for hip hop listeners?
Well, the thing with him is it's never been acceptable when it came down to what Post is doing. However, like we've talked about, it's hard to not vibe with the record when the record slaps.
That's
true.
One
thing I give Post. Out of all his singles that he put out, I've only disliked 2. And it shames me to feel that way because I know that this man does not have any respect for the game.
I thought he did when I first heard White Iverson, because as a hooper, I was like, oh, I ain't rock with it. And that was when he first came out. People didn't know.
Right.
It wasn't until after the fact I'm like, oh no, this he's just good at this.
Right.
This is just his job.
And it's funny, we mentioned his name on the show a lot, but I mean, Charlamagne he's peeped it when White Iverson came out. He actually was like, what are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement? And that was more so of a troll question, but that was his way of saying, like,
we get to really see what you about.
You're profiting from this community. So what are you doing for the community?
I guess in layman terms, that's the best way that I'm asking this question. We got somebody that's Post Malone's killing shit. You know what I mean? He's profiting from our culture. Does that make it acceptable to the people within our culture?
Only reason I'm saying it's not acceptable is because take away the fact that Post Malone is white. Take away Post Malone in general. That's what this new generation of artists are doing, period.
True.
No one's giving back to the culture. It's just, I'm making bread. Like I just saw a fucking montage of videos from
rappers saying they did this in it for the bread.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it had Cardi B on it, had Blueface on it, had one of them ABCD Gucci motherfuckers. Like I forgot what the hell their name are. They just got hella letters and a random ass word to follow. But yeah, they all saying the same shit. Like, I can give a fuck about being lyrical. I can give a fuck about, giving y'all bars. I'm in it for the bag. Now, I respect the hustle. That's one thing that will never change with me. I respect the hustle through and fucking through.
Yeah.
Get to your bag. If that's getting you your money, if that's taking you out of a situation that you used to be in that just wasn't, pleasant, do that. Get to the bag. I just hate that you are a representation of what hip hop is right now. Because hip hop in general was to take away from the bullshit that was already going on in life.
Right.
When people find out this is a way to get out to get out of a shitty situation, 2 Chainz said himself on his album, Rapper Go to the League.
I love that fucking album.
Amazing album.
I love that album.
But, he said it himself, like, rapper go to the league. Point blank, period. And those are only 2 things that you're going to do what the fuck you got to do. But now motherfuckers is rapping and they don't give a fuck about the actual,
I think that's my problem
itself.
with it now. Like with you, I have no problem. Get to your money. By all means, get to your money. I think when I look at hip hop, the love that I have for it, I'm like, and especially the area I grew up in, people took their craft seriously. They worked on it, you know what I mean? Pac be in the studio and he writing shit, he doing his thing, or whoever. They're in the studio, they're doing something, that's something that they love. Yeah, they want to make money doing it, but if I'm pretty sure, I don't want to say all, definitely not all of them, but I'm pretty sure a good of those grounded hip-hop few, if you took away money, they'd probably be somewhere still trying to do it. Because out of love of doing it. Again, not all of them, but those ones that you like, Black Thought.
Absolutely.
If hip hop stopped today and there was no more getting paid for music, pretty sure there'd be a video floating around of Black Thought rapping some damn
shit. We ain't even gotta give a scenario. We can talk about somebody right now. Cassidy. I just saw a promotion for a Cassidy battle. Cassidy has not stopped rapping, even though we ain't heard shit from Cassidy in over a decade.
That's what I'm saying, and that's my issue. You got somebody like that that's passionate about that particular art form. So if he's in that game and he's just trying to make money, but he's passionate about that art form, I can't really, you know what I mean? He's trying to make the bag, or let's say he's passionate about his craft, but maybe he do something that, okay, you was trying to get that money on that one. I can probably rock with that. But if you just jumping in and you like, dog, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I just know I can say, yeah, 4 times and this nigga gonna jump and I'm gonna get paid. That's kind of trash to me.
No, and that's the approach to it now.
Again, that was just a tangent that just made me think about. But.
Yeah, I know. We was on that one for a solid.
Yeah.
Long story short, the 10 mil that Cap got, it doesn't seem worth it.
Nah.
I think he probably should have saw that all the way through. Because again, if they gave you a settlement just to make it go away, what are you trying to make go away? Mm-hmm. So he probably should have saw that all the way through. Mm-hmm. And the way you just put it, boy, I'm in here cooking right now.
Really, I'm good. I'm like not hot at all.
Well, I'm hot as all the fucks. but yeah, I feel like we kind of should have gone a different way.
Yeah,
with that, and I feel like the benefits from going a different way would have been something completely different. Hey, just kind of waited it out.
You know how this could be a win for him? If he flips what's going on, because I'm pretty sure we're not the only people, or at least I'm not the only people that have had the same thoughts. Flip it and go to like the CFL. Cap in the CFL would be fucking huge. The reason being is because now you're showing people that I love this game. I'm good and I love this game. Now, granted, they're going to break out the bank as much as they can to pay for you. It's not like you're hurting for it, but you're doing something that shows passion. So now the people that are fucking with you, they're going to probably watch you a little bit more in the CFL. Maybe not enough to dampen the NFL, but enough to where the NFL be like, what the fuck y'all doing over there? You know what I mean? I think he can spin it that way. May take longer, but I think he can spin it that way because the way he's going now, I think this is a L.
Now, the only reason I disagree with that is, which one is it? Is it Steve Francis or Stephon Marbury that got the statue in China?
Stephon Marbury.
Okay. Stephon Marbury has a statue in China. Mm-hmm. That didn't hype the NBA up no way, shape, or form.
It was never going to hype the NBA up.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't. But a lot of people don't take international sports, at least in America, seriously.
True. That is true. But I think those are two different dynamics in this particular case. The reason being is because no matter what the money said, people kind of fuck with the NBA, not necessarily the sport itself, but what the NBA was about more so than what the NFL was about. So him having that statue over there didn't necessarily need to boost anything in the NBA because people was already fucking what they're about. And the players that were already there is going to boost the NBA. But if you got the NFL that people really is not fucking with, yeah, we watching football because we like football, but we really don't fuck with y'all. But we fuck with Cap. CFL, maybe they got some good players over there. Who knows? Maybe this would get us a new venture. I think this would be a way for him to spin it, something to think about. Because again, the way he's going now, like, nah,
he should go to the XFL when they come back.
Or that.
You know what I actually found out? The most random shit. The camera that's on the big screen in the NFL, they got that from the XFL.
Really?
Had no clue. I had to really go back and look at games before the XFL exists. I'm like, they didn't have that.
I'll be seeing that little camera like, that motherfucker's moving.
It's on the goddamn move.
It is moving.
But I found out they actually got that from the XFL. So maybe they pay enough attention to that so I could see Cap doing that, another catch a jumping ship.
I'm just saying the CFL could have been just an example. That was just an example.
Right.
But I'm just saying that could be a way to spin if he was to go to another prominent league. That's all.
Yeah, he would have to go to something that's going to be legit competition.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, first visual episode, we've managed to piss off enough people.
we did our jobs.
We could always get more. So, Kev, let the people know where they can find you.
_ Hollywood Kev on Twitter. _ Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram.
At Big Los IG on IG. Big Los 89 on Snapchat. Follow the Noize on the Big Three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. And for the visuals of the shows, youtube.com/Beat Network. So we are up there. Back to the Classics are up there. When Like Water for Chocolate returns, they're up there. We actually have a lot more visual content coming this year. We're actually going to start recording one of them really fucking soon. Yeah. And then towards the fall, we got something real dope dropping. So it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, I think we carry them from into spring, summer to fall. Yeah.
It's going to be a real good year. With that being said, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.
I'm fighting for my life.
Had to get that in there.